Yo, what's up, YouTube? It has been a long time since I made a video, mainly because if you follow my channel, I'm a dad and an athlete, and having a kid takes up a lot of time. And yeah, that's where I've been. So it's hot, and yeah, I haven't stopped, I haven't died, nothing's happened. I've just been busy having a kid and trying to do a little bit of training. Want to do some videos, want to start getting going again, talk about what I've changed, where I've been, the evolution of being a dad, and what the changes. I can't do this with one hand. The changes I'm making as an athlete and a parent, and kind of, I talked a little bit about, I think in my last video I did months ago, about like what I screwed up last year and what the things I plan on changing, and part of that was trying to be a better dad, obviously, and part of that was making less videos because I just needed to focus on what was important. But I'm gonna make a quick video. I always say they're quick, but they're never really quick. But yeah, like I said, I want to talk about evolving as a parent and an athlete. That's what we're going to talk about. I'm on my way to go swim, and figured I could maybe record it a little bit while I'm driving down the neighborhood, and what's going on here. And yeah, talk about that. So evolving as a parent and an athlete, kind of the things that I'm changing going into this year, and what's happened with me is, right off the top, actually, just kind of an update. I've been training, been training all the off season. I'm racing less this year, like I talked about. I basically told my wife, hey, like, she knows all the races that I like to do, and I said, you pick the races that make sense for us in our time frame, and we're going to do those races. So she picked out 4 races, that I'm doing, and starting in July. Normally I start a lot earlier, but this year we're starting racing in July, and then we'll race then. But I've been training, and been trying to get after it. But man, having a kid, it's shock. I've been so sick for the past 2 months. I've been sick more in the last 2 months than I have in the past 2+ years. It's been a really struggle. I start to build some steam, I get sick for a few days, start to build some steam, get sick for a few days. You can hear to my voice, I'm just coming off the back foot of being sick again, for like the 3rd or 4th time in a 2-month span. And it's gotten to the point where I'm actually, I'm going to get some blood work done. Like, I'm just trying to maybe make sure there's not something else going on. But I think in reality, it's just, you got a kid, and he's jamming his fingers in my mouth all the time, and we're having a great time, and then I get sick. So that's kind of where that is at. But what I'm changing obviously is that and training. But as time's gone on, what I've realized going into this year, and kind of the evolution of where I'm at as a dad and wanting to compete, I think I'm kind of honestly where I thought I would be maybe when my son was first born. When my son was first born, I was real dramatic about it. I talked about it where I felt like it was really I might be losing this competitive sense a little bit, and really having to make a sacrifice, to give this up, and do all these things. And really what ended up happening is I found out that I raced more last year with a son than I've ever done. I raced at a higher level than I ever have. And I think in reality, I kind of proved it to myself, essentially, that I can do that. And that is something that you can still do as a dad, and as a parent. And going into this year, I don't feel the need to maybe prove that I did it, and I feel the need more to just prove that I can be an awesome dad. And it the shift has really been I've been more motivated to just be a parent than I have to wake up and grind and train and all the things. And that's not to mean I don't want, I still love competing, and I still love doing all this, and I'm gonna keep doing it. But it's it no longer feels like I'm giving up something or sacrificing anything. It feels like I've just grown. I'm just like, it's what I want to do. If that makes sense. Like, I want to do what I want to do. Like, I love, like, I want to be that. I don't want to train as much, like when I train, it kind of bums me out sometimes because I'm out training and I'm like, dude, I'd rather be home, like, wrestling with my son. So like, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, like, it's this evolution of like really a mindset shift of, I love training, I love competing, and again, I'm going to keep doing it. But I really have noticed, like, maybe the motivation just isn't there so much. And again, like, I've done triathlon for a long time. Like, I think maybe the motivation for triathlon is maybe, it comes and goes in waves. I know once I get this first race of the season, like, I'm going to get a fire lit. And I think part of it is that, like, I just haven't raced in so long. Training's boring as hell for me. And like, I don't want to do it, right? Like, it's just, that's a boring part of it. So I know, like, maybe some of it is that. Where's the gate clicker here? And that's some of it, right? Like, perfect, coming on into the lake. But I think some of it is too, like, things change and you realize, like, what are the important things in life and what do you really want to do, and all those aspects of, being a parent and an athlete and everything that goes, hand in hand with all that stuff, right? So it's just, kind of an update on that is, I've had this, I think, mentality shift of like understanding and really like a perspective shift that I thought, to be honest, would come sooner, and would feel different, I guess is what I'm saying. Is it no longer feels like I'm sacrificing and giving up. And I think maybe I had a thought of that. Like, it was going to feel like I'm sacrificing and giving up a lot. And it's this thing that I'm having to give up. But I'm not necessarily giving up anything. Like, I'm getting to do something else that is much more important and much better. But I'm still doing the thing I love, right? So it is, that's kind of where I'm at, like, and that's kind of where we're at. Like, we're going to keep doing race videos. I'm going to crank some more of these things out, and going to go get a swim in. I'm going to race at the end of this month. It's my first race. It's a sprint. I am not feeling great about it. And you know what? Let's backtrack on this. This year, I also feel like, I'm going to splice this in. This year, I also feel like it's going to be maybe one of the first years that I'm going into where I am maybe okay with not being the best form of myself. Like, I'm okay, and I think I'm realizing that, listen, like, I'm not that old. I'm 38, 39, I think. But there is a chance that, like, I might be declining based off time availability and just physically you get older, and accepting, like, you know what, like, this might not be the best form of myself anymore. Like, it's the best form of myself right now, but it's not going to be the best form of, like, me ever. Like, that might be behind me. And that is something that I think I am still going to have to figure out and understand. That is something that I'm still trying to, like, wrap my head around, if, like, how I'm going to be okay with that, because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, and is that now, right? So that is another big issue and a thing about just evolving as a parent athlete. So that's where we're at, guys. Appreciate it. I already did an exit thing, so I'm going to splice that in. But hey, appreciate it. Follow along. We'll do some race videos, and you guys come back and do this YouTube things, but I felt like it was important to kind of, like, do an update like this and get maybe, some other parent athletes out there that, like, have gone through this or going through this or maybe gonna go through this or thinking about it. Like, this is, I guess, part of the process of what I'm doing here. And, that's what we're doing. So I'm gonna go get a swim in, and, maybe I'm gonna make some videos again and do some other things and You know, I'm probably not going to be making nearly as much as I did last year because I did a lot and I was making a lot of videos about all kinds of stuff. And I think I'm just going to make some race videos. And yeah, that's where we're at, guys. I appreciate you listening along.